Now I'm going to ask you to find the derivative of the function y equals the arctangent of the square root of 1 minus x over 1 plus x, simplifying where possible. And go ahead and pause the video, do it, and come back when you are done or if you get stuck. I'm just going to make sure you're on the right track here. We've got an outside function, which is the arctangent, an inner function, which is the square root, and then an inner function, which is a quotient. And so for the arctangent, we have 1 over the argument squared plus 1, so 1 over the fraction 1 minus x over 1 plus x plus 1. We lose the square root when we square. The derivative of the square root is going to be 1 over 2 times the square root. And then the derivative of the inside function, this 1 minus x over 1 plus x, is going to require a quotient rule. All right. Now, a couple of things before I send you off again if you didn't finish. Number one, we have a complex fraction, and so we need to simplify that. And number two, we have here a fraction in a denominator, but it's a single term, right? So we can actually just bring in its reciprocal. So if we flip the denominator, then we're able to deal with that fraction. So if you need to, go ahead and repause and keep going. All right, I did a little bit of work here, but rather than talk you through it, I'm going to walk us through this. For the first fraction that had the complex fraction, I multiplied by 1 plus x over 1 plus x. That gives us a 1 plus x in the numerator. And then 1 plus x divides out from the fraction, but then we distribute. So in the denominator, we end up with this 1 minus x plus 1 plus x. The x's will subtract out. We're going to be left here with a denominator of 2. We'll come back to that. 1 over 2, 1/2. The reciprocal of the square root, because it's a fraction in a denominator, we end up with the square root of 1 plus x over 1 minus x. Here for the quotient rule portion, the numerator simplifies to negative 1 minus x minus 1 plus x after we distribute the negative. Here, the x's again subtract out. We have a negative 2 numerator, and then these 2's divide out. Now, let's keep going from that point. Y prime will then equal, I can actually write this as one big old fraction. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more thing I can do. Sorry for the false start there. 1 plus x over here divides out with 1 plus x, the quantity squared from the quotient rule. All right. So now we've got in the numerator, well, a negative in front of the whole thing from the negative 2. And the numerator is the square root of 1 plus x. And the denominator is 2 from the denominator of the first factor fraction that we had. And then we've got the square root of 1 minus x. And then we've got 1 plus x. But folks, 1 plus x is now showing up twice. It's basically the same base. We can think of it as 1 plus x to the 1/2 from the numerator minus 1. Right? So the exponent gets that minus 1, and that negative 1 in the exponent comes from 1 factor of 1 minus x in the denominator. So that becomes 1 plus x to the negative 1/2. It is now a square root in the denominator. Folks, our final answer is y prime is equal to negative 1 over 2 times the square root of 1 minus x squared. That 1 minus x squared coming from multiplying the square root of 1 minus x by the square root of 1 plus x.